Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm coming on with a little bit of a mini thrift-ish haul. So yeah, I just picked up these things and excuse me, I have got a cold so I sound a bit bunged up. But anyway, let's get started. So let's just start with some of the simpler, the brand new bits first, shall we? So firstly, we have a shop called Home Sense over here. Guys in America have TJ Maxx, I believe. And then over here we call it TK Maxx, and then we have, you can hear my cat in the background, we have a shop called Home Sense, which is basically just like TK and TJ Maxx, but it doesn't have clothes in it. And I managed to pick up this tissue paper. It's picking up slightly different colour on the screen, so it's actually kind of a clear, almost beige background, pinkish colour, and then it's got excuse me, all these fun mushrooms on it. It says there's 4 sheets. I haven't opened it yet because it'll go everywhere, but I picked this up, one, because I like to, when I am sending my journals out to customers, I like to wrap it in matching normally coloured tissue paper. It's one of the things I do, or themed. So if you buy a Christmas one, you will get a Christmassy tissue paper on it. And I'm working on a few naturey ones, so mushrooms work well. But also because you can use this a bit like napkins and things in journals. So it's by a company called The Curious Inksmith. Home Sense had so many amazing ones. I might go in and pick up a few others, but this was the one that really caught my eye. So that was that. Also from Home Sense, I picked up this. It's decorative ribbon. It's 10 meters. Let's put it that way so you can see it. And it is this grey trim. It looks a bit bluish, but it is actually grey. So it is this grey trim. And funnily enough, I do a lot of kind of Halloweeny or grungy kind of journals, and I do struggle to find grey trim anywhere. So when I saw this, I think it was $4.99 for 10 meters, which was brilliant. They also had like velvet ribbons and things in there, and this is a big wooden, what they call, like, not dowel, you know what I mean, that my words won't come out. It's a big wooden one and I love it. I will definitely use that as something decorative. But yeah, so I really like that. So they're all the brand new ones. So let's now get on to some of the bits that I picked up from second-hand shops. Firstly, I picked up this beautiful deep red, let's get it on my hand like that, eyelash trim. I mean, it's just a lovely, really rich deep red. Oh, it's so soft. They actually had 2 balls of this. I think it cost me something like 30 pence. It was super cheap and it's just so soft. Again, I use eyelash trim in that to wrap my journals in, but also I just use them in my journals. And again, Christmas, vampire, gothic-y, this is going to work. They had other kind of colours there, but nothing that I would use that much of. But I am really low on my red. I'm also really low on my black, but they didn't have any of that. So I picked that up. And this, I never find these anywhere. It's a little index card box. A few years ago, I will leave the video down below, my crafty friends who I do my Advent swap with, we did a year-long index card project, and I really wanted a Rolodex to put them all on, and I couldn't get one, so I ended up making myself a little book. So I will leave that video down below where I shared the book and a quick flip through. But I think this was £1. So it's got the box. It has got some index cards. To be honest, they're easy to pick up and I have lots. And then it has a lot. So it has a whole unopened pack of Long Life Reinforced Tab cards. Has a whole unopened pack. And then this is what they look like. It also has them open. So they have this like red vinyl. Now these will work in gothic-y type journals because of the red. And I like to match letters up. But I can also just cut those off, trim them, decoupage these, use them in different ways. And then there is a whole unopened, this is what I'm also super excited about. There's a whole unopened one, but it's in like a craft card, which again, I love these in journals. Like if I'm doing a witchy journal, I like to find cards like this that might have a W on it. Or if there's a journal about tea, if it's got a T on it or something like that, I can put it into a pocket. As a lot of you will know if you've followed me for a while, I like to really coordinate my journals, and things like that just makes me smile if there's a letter that coordinates with the name of the journal or the theme of the journal. And again, these are going to be blank, so I'm able to decoupage, decorate them. If I wanted to, I could cut the top off and put my own tab on. These are going to be interesting to try and work with. Only the first one has this on, but again, I can decoupage it. I'm betting I could trim that off with a guillotine and still stick something over the top. But also to get the little box, it's made me want to make some more index cards and things. This will be, I actually keep all my index cards in a much bigger box for use, because I also have large ones that I dye. But this would also be good to keep other types of ephemera in. So I'm super excited about that. And then finally, I did pick up 2 books. I'm trying to get less books because I have so many of them. So the first one is this Royal Mail stamp album for stamps around the world. It is from the 1950s, I believe. It actually has like the old name and address and like the map and everything, but I do think it's from the 50s that it said. Yeah, 1956. So, and it does have a history of stamps. They're not glossy pages either, so these would be great for collage, using in different types of journals. I'm trying to get the whole thing on here so you can see it. It's showing you all the different stamps. Look, we've got the Queen Elizabeth stamps. Obviously, these are from 1964, 1963. Showing you copies of them. Obviously, she's now passed on. And then just other ones. So it shows you all these great stamps. Oh, it can't be, can it then? Because it's 1972. It's got stamps, so it can't be 1950, even though the book says it is. I don't know. But then what I also loved is it's actually got these pages where you can stick the stamps. Now, most of them, they've had stamps stuck on them, so they're a bit worse for wear. But actually, I quite like that effect. And a few have 1 or 2 stamps. But I actually just really like these pages. I like vintage graph paper anyway, and it's quite hard to get a hold of. These will be great to use in journals. I'm trying to find a page that might have a stamp. I think there's only like 1 or 2 actual stamps in here that are still in the book. They've obviously, most of them have been removed. But I know there is 1 or 2. Oh, see, like here. So it's got a couple here for Denmark. I know it had another one. But yeah, so... Oh, and there's a bird there. South Africa. So, oh, and there's one there. So it's got a few stamps in here. Nothing exciting. No penny blacks or anything that's worth of money. But again, I think this cost me like £1. So... I like the fact it's got some old tape on here as well. You see that? Aren't we strange as crafters? We try and remake what old tape looks like. So I'm very excited for that anyway. And then this was also £1, and it's Amateur Gardening Encyclopedia Flowers in Colours. Colour. Obviously, this is in worse for wear, but it doesn't really bother me. I do like the fact it shows you the books on the back as well. And again, I mean, this is so sweet. This was given for Christmas for 1955. How sweet is that? So obviously it's from the 50s, this book. It actually is from the 50s. It's got the foreword. 1955. It must have come out in 1955. So it's got all about the flowers, and then it's got these down the side. Now again, if any of you have watched my journals for a little while, you'll know I like to use vintage images like this as part of page embellishments. So we've got all that. We've got all this about the flowers. I do a lot of nature journals. And then we've got beautiful images like this. which are just, let me get that up, just stunning. I mean, they really are stunning. So yeah, so you have a lot of black and white, and then as you can see, then you get these beautiful color images. I mean, they are just really, really beautiful. So I will use, obviously, this in so many different ways. So excited. And I really do like indexes, especially if they've got the name of the flower. They make great pages in journals as well, nature journals, and any of my witchy journals, herbalism and things like that. They just make great pages. Just that, again, I'm not sure it's picking up very well, but these images are just so bright. These pages here have a slight gloss to them, but nothing like particularly overtly glossy. They're just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I told myself no more vintage books because I don't need any unless it's something I definitely haven't seen before. But I do use my nature ones and my flower ones all the time. So again, for £1, I couldn't say no, really. So yeah, that's just a couple of vintage books. And again, this is something I haven't seen before, so I did want to pick it up. This little box, I don't think it's vintage. But it doesn't matter. It was from a second-hand shop. I can even decoupage the box if I wanted, like decorate the box. Some fluff. And then obviously these bits from HomeSense. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little thrifty haul. And I will be back again very soon. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.